Hello there! Did you know GTA 6? No, I'm just kidding, not till 2025. No, there's no GTA 6. I can't believe it's going to be 2025. That is outrageous. Oh my god, 12-year gap between GTA 5 and 6. I mean, I can't say that I'm as much of a fervent, like, a huge, avid fanboy of GTA, but there are so many of them out there that, dude, what a collective sigh. I mean, in part for relief, you know, they finally released a trailer and we finally have a vague year that it will be released on, but 2025? 12 years between the two? That is absolutely crazy. I can't get over that. I thought the trailer was fairly cool. It was a pretty cool trailer, pretty nuts. It showed some interesting, like, wild shit. I like the fact that it's set in Vice City. I used to be addicted to Vice City back in the day on my PSP of all things. So to go back there, it's going to be quite, I think, nostalgic for me. So I do really like that. I wonder how much they're going to do with Vice City, though, because Vice City was always quite a bit smaller than San Andreas and kind of had less to do. But obviously, it's the function of Rockstar to sort of work on that and fix that. So, am I looking forward to it? Yes. Am I going to pick it up? Yes. Was I waiting on bated breath for the trailer? No. I just sort of watched it and I was like, oh, yeah, that looks really cool. But, of course, the story attached with it is that the trailer, some sort of thing to do with it, leaked. And then apparently the responsibility was the son of one of the devs, which is so interesting to me and so funny because I haven't seen anyone draw this comparison. And I think this is real proof of how goddamn old I am. But this actually happened with Halo 3. I think it was like the beta or something like that. Someone's son leaked the beta for Halo 3 back in the day, which I think is the only game that like competes with GTA 6 over sort of overwhelming levels of hype. So I think it's so interesting that happened. But also, yeah, I mean, obviously, right? For fuck's sake, it's been 12 years. Like, they're lucky that they only had the leaks, what was it, last year, and the leak of this. And now, look, I'm not blaming Rockstar devs by any means. I guess I'm kind of blaming 2K. I get the feeling this is a 2K issue. By the way, 2K are the parent company of Rockstar. They're the, they sort of Rockstar are like a subsidiary of 2K. From what I can tell, that is still the case, right? I think it's still the case. But this is what happens when you make people wait for so long. And again, I want to reiterate the fact that I'm not one of those like chomping at the bit, foaming from the mouth fans. I guess I am a bit of a fan and I'm looking forward to the game, but you know, I'm definitely not on that uber hype level. But I can recognize that if you kept me waiting for 12 years, I'm going to get a bit angsty and I'm going to, get ants in my pants. And the positive of that is that it now has the record for the view figure records on YouTube outside of music. It beat Mr. Beast. Oh, thank God for that. It beat Mr. Beast and got a record. But the negative is that obviously someone's going to hijack that in the meantime. I mean, it's something you're working on for so long. Of course, why is that a shock to anyone? This is not a regular dev cycle. The dev cycle between, San Andreas and GTA 4 was, I want to say 3 years, but I could be wrong about that. The dev cycle between GTA 5 and 6 was 12 years. That's 4 times the amount of time between games. Of course, this is why is this a surprise to anyone? Of course, it's going to happen eventually. It crosses through so many hands as well. Look, this is risk and reward, a classic example of it. And I don't know why people don't really seem to understand. Sometimes people have very selective understanding of risk and reward, but the whole point of risk and reward is, in this case, for example, with Rockstar, they put out a game and they let it sit for years, for over a decade, because it was making them so much money. The dev cycle on this was as long as it was, not because it's such a complex game, not because it takes so long to make or so much to figure out. It's not like they're reinventing the wheel. The reason the dev cycle on this game was as long as it was because GTA 5 was still making so much goddamn money. So much money. And they thought, well, milk it. put as little effort into milking this for as much money as possible for as long as we can. But finally, people started to get way too angsty, and leaks started happening and stuff like this. So they had to say, fine, we'll put a GTA 6 out. Who knows how long it could have been if it wasn't for that. That's why the dev cycle was as long as it was, and they got a lot out of it. They got billions of dollars out of it. So take the rough with the smooth. You're also going to get leaks if you're going to do that. That's just what's going to happen. If I take an hour to deliver a pizza that it should have taken 15 minutes to deliver, then sure, I'm going to get a nice rest between where I'm sitting and when the person gets the pizza delivered. But the risk is they're probably going to call and complain. I mean, that's the way the world works, Rockstar really shouldn't be shocked by this, and they certainly shouldn't be going after people for it either. But yeah, there's my thoughts on that. And typical me complaining about companies and stuff like that. Of course, it's going to happen. I guess I'll see everyone later, right?